Alan Bush gave his Mercer County farmland a second life by planting a natural meadow as a haven for animals and insects, and a place of understated beauty.
The planting of a meadow or prairie is important. It can't be done on a very small scale, and homeowners can do it. I would really encourage them to try it. In the initial planting stages, I first wanted to test the soil to find out what the pH was. So you can get a pH test from the county extension agent in any county in Kentucky. And then I wanted to work with local Kentucky species. I knew I wanted to plant black-eyed Susan. I knew the ironweed would work their way in. I knew the goldenrod would work their way in. Then prepare the soil, actually kill down the weeds. Either, you can't cover a 2-acre plot with a tarp, but you either have to burn it down or kill down the existing growth, the turf that had been there. The drilling process, the seeding process, drilling the seeds into just sort of a very shallow groove, and then it takes off slowly. And first year you have to kind of mow a couple of times, 4 or 5 times at a height of about 15 inches or so, just to kind of kill down the annual weeds. And then the next year, one high mow in about the middle of May, and then let it go. And as a gardener, it was hard to sort of agree to those terms of letting it go. After the 3rd year, it built up enough leaf litter that we thought it would be interesting to burn, and it probably induces germination on some things that are just sort of lingering there that might require fire to actually germinate, or maybe even smoke ash. We had enough grass around the perimeter that the fire wasn't going to spread, and the woodlands were some distance away. What our meadow wants to do is just to go back to woodland. So there are alders coming up, there are walnuts, and so it just wants to go back to forest. So the fire doesn't kill those, so that's interesting. I mean, they're fire resistant, so you have to kind of deal with those and dig them out if need be. It might be useful to wait at least until maybe November, early December, before mowing or burning, because of nesting birds and other wildlife that might be in there. This year, I've done very little maintenance, except for sort of some spot pulling of a few weeds. The advantage for putting in a meadow, whether it's a 5x5 space or 2 acres or 25 acres, is that you're giving your soil a break and giving the land a break, because the land has been disturbed most everywhere, certainly in suburban neighborhoods and on our farm where it was farmed pretty intensively. One terrific benefit of a meadow or prairie is on the switchgrass and the big blue stem have very extensive roots that go down many feet into the soil. So they actually sequester carbon. And I think with global warming being a huge concern, I mean, it's certainly a helpful product to sort of suggest to homeowners that they try on a very small scale. Well, if you're thinking about planting a little meadow or prairie, I would encourage you to start small. I mean, you don't need acreage. I think you'll really enjoy seeing the butterflies wander in, the bees, the birds. I mean, it really is phenomenal.